It's been very difficult to create a spaceship because in movies there have been a lot of spaceships. Every movie had a spaceship, and this time in Close Encounters we were sitting there in an audience waiting for the spaceship to come, and there it comes. It's also said it's a big candle coming out of the air,
right.
A religious thing or whatever it is. So how did you create that? How did you think of how can I make something to overwhelm the audience?
Well, one of the first ideas that we toyed around with when we were thinking about what should the mothership be was that we wanted to make it look like an entire city at night. And here in Los Angeles, you can go up in the mountains and look down on the San Fernando Valley or onto Los Angeles, and you see these millions of lights at night. And we thought, well, that's a concept we want to go after because it gives you a sense of tremendous scale. It's very, very big. And we ended up building the model, which was really not much bigger than this desk, about 6 feet in diameter, round, and I guess about this high. And there were a number of ideas built into that model. One was that it was round, which met everybody's expectation of a flying saucer. It had to be round. But the underside of the ship was a semicircular curved dome with a big thing that stuck out the bottom of it, and it was really like a giant breast. I mean, that's the mothership, you know, and the good things come out of the nipple on the breast. That was a conscious thought that we had when we developed the mothership. On the top of it was a whole city, which was designed very much like a Manhattan, New York skyline, of tall skyscrapers with little windows lit up. It's very specifically designed to be partly abstracted, but to still trigger your memory of what a city at night looks like, so that you'd have a sense of scale.
Close encounters of the first kind. Sighting of an unidentified flying object. Close encounters of the second kind. Physical evidence of a UFO. Close encounters of the third kind. The experience of an ordinary man, shared by people from all over the world. Irresistibly drawn by a compulsion they don't understand to witness the most dramatic event in the history of the human race. And what you will see has never been seen before. We are not alone.
Well, there you have the old question again. At what stage do you have to be confronted in the desert on some dark night by some little character who glows and is obviously way, way ahead of you? At what stage do you decide to call him God or spaceman? You know.
This is a religious film in the sense that it promises, what it says is direct opposite of science fiction, that we can't save ourselves. We're poor little creatures, and something big is going to come down from upstairs and save us. And it's the cargo cult in the Pacific, where the American planes brought food to the islanders, and they went away, they make cardboard planes, they were bamboo planes, hoping to lure back the planes to give them more food. It's a cargo cult film. They just built this sort of, I mean, the average moron's idea of science is flashing lights, and scientists don't speak in a known tongue, and weird sounds. And they got the aliens down by flashing lights, weird sounds, and the only scientists only spoke French. Most Americans don't speak French at all. All the scientific language is in French, and voila, down come the aliens with big bulging eyes, and they come out, and they promise everything for us.
Is there a lot of opposition from churches against science fiction literature and film?
No, they don't know it exists. They go off in their own corner, going their own way. They, you know, they're some of the best minds of the 13th century in the church, including the Pope. And they aren't in touch. I mean, the reason why people who are leaving religion and religions are falling away, there are no answers to the modern individual. Religion gives him nothing to do, answers no questions, and if it does have a morality, it's a decayed morality, a corrupt morality, like the Catholic Church, that wants to destroy the individual's lives. So, I say again, the reason why they're falling away from religion, or why these nut religions come along. Science doesn't, it's very hard to appreciate science and the impact of science. It's a cold, cruel thing. I'd like to see, I say, better a warped picture of the future than repetition of the old themes that we are poor little innocent creatures and we'll be safe from the outside. No, we're not poor, we're not innocent, we're rather warped, rather deformed, we have rotten political ideas, and if we don't change them, we're going to go boom.